Welcome to Real Talk, Real Answers from the Heart, and Quantum Field in Your Life. Conversation with Lynda Barrus, Tina Fiori, and me, Gail Kraft. I hope you enjoy the conversation we're about to have. So, hello, everybody. I'm so happy that you're here. We've got Lynda with us, we've got Tina with us, and we're going to kick off our new series. And this is all about real talk, real answers, you know, no bullshit. We're going to tell it like it is. And I'm looking forward to your participation. And it's not just us that's going to talk. We will have other people joining us. So if anything, we'll talk about that later. Right now, Lynda, hi, how are you? Say hello to everybody.
Hello, hello. Can I ask you to go to Tina first?
Okay, Tina,
Having
you
some
are
technical
up.
difficulty.
Hello, everyone. So good to be here live with Gail and Lynda today to talk about the quantum field. We're so excited to bring you our input and hear your feedback too.
Oh, yes, yes. Ask us questions. So today we're going to talk about quantum fields. So it's really interesting. So I'm going to be getting on Facebook so I can monitor who's watching. What's really interesting is once you get it, and when I say get it, I don't mean understand it intellectually, but when you actually, is it experience or just know? It's just a knowing of what it is that we are. We are the quantum fields. We are atoms. We are energy. Guys, you were in science in middle school and you studied atoms and if you were anything like me, I got it. Yes, the tree is an atom and the table is an atom and water is atoms and I get the different densities and stuff. I never once said Gail's an atom, right? But Gail is an atom. And what's interesting is when I finally got it, that I am conscious energy that creates using my belief systems, using my eyes, using a set of programs that I was given that tells me this is what reality is, right? I can see beyond that when I realize that it is just a perspective or a perception. There is a test, and I forget what the experiment was. And the scientist was shooting an atom through something and watched as it penetrated. Well, they ran the test again and didn't look, and the atom did not go through. It did nothing. This is where science, quantum field science, and quantum field woo started to come together and realize, holy crap, there's something real about the invisible. There's something real about the space. And I like to use the analogy, dance, music, any creation of that sort, we understand is created by the space between. I was taught in dancing, it's not the step you take, it's the space that you create between the steps that create the dance, right? And it's the space between the notes that create the music. And it's the space between the atoms that create density. And that's what the quantum field is all about is the space, how much space there is. Um, and it blows my mind because it has nothing to do with this third dimensional stuff that we think is real. It is everything to do with what we cannot comprehend from this perspective. We have to allow ourselves, and science has got to allow itself to step into the unknown, to step, go where no man has gone before, right? Right. Sorry, that just came to me. Right? Um, because that's where the truth is. And I will give a little plug for the book I'm in the middle of. That's all about ex experiences with dragons. And in one of the trips, the dragon takes the main character out of this universe to the space between universes.
Mm.
And this character is experiencing the nothingness while observing hundreds of universes, hundreds and thousands of possibilities. And I just get shivers because that is the truth. That is what the quantum field and quantum physics and quantum science is starting to show us. That is truth. Um, so I'm going to pass this on. Lynda, are you ready or should we go to Tina? Go to Tina. Okay.
Okay.
So Tina, what are your thoughts on this?
So I love everything that you said. I want to bring it back to one of the things that I was told, that our quest is to eradicate injustice to one another by bringing love to all. How do we do this? Through the quantum field is how we're going to do it. We have to raise our vibrations. And because there's a searching and a seeking for our vibrations to match the vibrations of the universe, to help us have mass shifts in consciousness, which is taking place right now. And we've been told this for centuries. This is coming. People have been reading books, and guys, it's here. It's here.
It's down.
So I want to read what my guide said. The collective is changing the thought of light particles into time calculations. We are light particles. That is who we are. That is what we are made up of. That's what all of this is made up of. This will speed up the thought process. You will understand this, that you will come online as a time calculator. Light particles will be deciphered to the beginning of time each calculator was created. The deciphering is the codes of the light language. Now, people know about the codes of the light language. What is this? How do you really understand this? This is the mass shifts in consciousness that are coming because we're housing this energy. Some of us are housing more energy than others. Some of us, our purpose is to be here at this time to house this energy because the universe is seeking. What is it seeking? Love. It is really seeking the true remembrance of what we are, which is an energy, a frequency of love. So the higher we get in shifts in consciousness, the more we're going to expand and we're going to shift reality. It's already beginning, it's happening, it's exciting, and it's all about the quantum field and quantum entanglement because we can interface with the universe. We are doing it. So I don't want to take up, I want to be able to have Lynda talk too, but it is exciting, and this is all about the downloads and the upgrades and the shifts that are happening in our bodies and all of the things that are taking place right now so that we can expand consciousness together.
There's so much that you said there that I wanted to jump on, and I don't have my pen and paper to write notes, so I'll have to be whatever download comes. So I want to touch, I think, about the frequency, how we are vibrating at a higher and higher frequency, and our very DNA is changing. Our very molecules are changing. We're starting to become aware that we have very many more chakras than we have been paying attention to, that we are connected to Mother Earth as well as Father, right? I want to use the bee and the flower as an example. The bee does not go to the flower because of the color. The bee goes to the flower because the flower is a negative frequency and it gives out this hum, this frequency, this sound. And the bee is a positive energy and is drawn to that vibration. And when the negative and positive energy get close enough, the positive energy of the bee gets the pollen attached to it like a magnet. And that's what's happening is we're being drawn. We have no choice, guys. We have no choice but to move forward. And those that don't will have suffering and sadness and live in fear because they're not allowing themselves to release the resistance and release the lies that we have lived by. And that is all about the quantum fields. That is all about microscopic energies that we are. So, Lynda, you're nodding your head, so I'm going to shush up and let you go. Go, 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 go,
I'm
girl.
just agreeing with
You go,
everything that
girl.
you're
You
saying.
go,
I'm like,
girl.
yes, 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 all of
Hello,
it, all of
Melanie.
it. Hi,
Thank you for
Melanie. So
joining
glad
us.
yeah, so glad you're here. It's such pure potential. Like there's so much. Going back to what Gail said at the very beginning. Um, it's in that nothingness, that void, but there is everything within that nothingness, and we are that wholeness. Tina's spoken about this with her messages that she's been sharing, and messages that I've been getting, just getting back to that oneness. And in everything that I've been sharing as of late, I'll talk about my cancer journey and how it's not the view of of having these ailments or dis-ease is it's a blessing. It is the codes that are coming in that are allowing me get back to whatever 3D world homeostasis, and getting back and aligning my DNA, my particles, my just those codexes that are coming in to allow our bodies to prepare for what the next steps are. And that expansion of like I'm um just getting the feels like all over. It just is, it's rebuilding our bodies, and it's connecting with that frequency. And so as my message and the way that I am viewing and here to share how this works in our everyday 3D world as we're here as humans in our in our capacity, we get to take that in. It all gets to be part of our experience, and it allows us to travel and to be in that nothingness, with being able to view and experience everything that is out there. It's just so powerful and beautiful. I
Yeah.
And I
it,
love how you just, your breath was taken away.
it
I
just
know,
makes me so
right? So
excited to talk about.
I
It's
know, I know. I love you, Lynda. I love it. I love it.
that quantum speak. One of the things that has come through for me in the last 15 years as I've connected with the Lumerians and have had messages coming in, just it, light language, speaking like language, using light language has been very profound for it. It's been part of my experience. That's how I get the words, the message across. It's not in words, but it is in that frequency, and that frequency of love. And being able to step into that and sharing it is an amazing experience, just to be in that natural state of a
Bliss
soul awake
and
in
bliss.
yes.
Mhm.
It's absolute bliss. And I don't want to pretend that there's not what we would call from the 3D dimension and negative things happening. It's how I want to address those things that matter. And how can I say this? I am hidden in the darkness. If I don't go into the darkness, I will never find me, right? And so I want to have the opportunity to fearlessly, and you guys have heard me say this before, that my role, you notice that I put down that I'm the alchemist.
Mhm.
Um, Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, because thou art with me. That's the prayer I used to say before going to bed as a child, because that's who I am. My clients, I walk with them, I walk beside them. You have to do your own walk.
Mhm.
Tina, you went through some pretty shit
Mhm.
to get to where you are. And Lynda, you're still going through some pretty shitty shit, right? And I've been there, so know exactly what that's like to experience and lean into it and say, I don't like that I'm doing this. This is really crappy, but I'm not going to fight it.
Mhm.
I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to grow from it. I'm going to accept that there's something here that I've created. We are the creators, right, Tina? And when we talk about the quantum fields, that's us.
Yeah.
We are the atom. We are the consciousness within that atom. We are the ones who said, I want to experience pain, suffering, shame, guilt. I want to experience loss. I want to experience crying. Why? Because I'm kind of bored with joy, 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 right? And it's, eternity of joy. I mean, come on.
Well, and I think too that, the people, when you're ready to see, you will. The people on this panel, we know this is an illusion. We're living in an illusion, but it's an energy. It's an energy and an opportunity that we've been given to have these experiences. And we're at a time now where the energy is shifting, mass consciousness is shifting amongst people because we have more access to remembering who we are, and we are being divinely awakened. So their gifts are coming online in mass quantities. I mean, it's not just a few of us, it's millions of people who now are
Millions.
having knowings. They're seeing the codes, they're experiencing that they can talk to their family members, that they can have trust their knowings, their intuition, their divine blueprints that they came in with. This is the whole quest, was for us to wake up and realize who we were. And people are remembering that we are divine beings of light. And it's time for us to shift out of the darkness, out of the sadness,
Out
out
of the
of
lies.
masculinity, and not in a bad way, but we played that game. We played
Yeah.
it to it's the breaking point. We need to move into, and I love what you said, the lies, the truth of who we are. Why? Because it's powerful, it's magical, it's magnificent, and that is who we are. And the more that we shift, the more that we actually ignite, spark the light within each other, we're activating these codes. We're getting help from the unified field to activate our codes. And we are moving to a time where we're not going to have such suffering, where we can realize what this country was built on. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we are all God. We are God having this experience, and it's a beautiful gift of love.
So
And
let's get
all we
back
have to
get back
do
to the
is
quantum
connect to
field,
the love. Yes.
because what you're saying is scientifically proven to be true.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get back to
Yeah.
the quantum field, so people don't get too lost in the truth of what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
What happens at in the quantum field level is that the atoms, if you will start to work collectively with each
Mm-hmm.
other and start to mirror each other and start to grow and amalgamate with each other. And because we are those atoms, we are conscious atoms, we can create our own quantum entanglement, and we can create our own language with the energy that we emit, with our thoughts, because our thoughts are energy translated,
Mm-hmm.
and our words are its energy translated.
Yeah.
And even if we don't say anything, our I mean, have you walked into the room and then someone's walked in and you've known they're there because you can feel them?
Mm-hmm.
That's, their energy field has entered the room, and the characteristics of that room will change. Anyone who's been a leader has been taught that your team will change when a new person enters the team,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's what storming, norming, performing, whatever that stuff is. As soon as a new person comes in, you're storming again. Why? Because the energy's been disrupted, and now you have to find your equilibrium again,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's what's happening with when we talk about the darkness, the energy is being disrupted. It has to be disrupted in order to reform. And we're reforming
Yes.
right now. Thoughts, Lynda?
Well, I'd like to share something that my guides sent. I'm not going to read all of it, but there's a little paragraph that I think takes it back a little. I I'd just like to read it. That's what I'm feeling drawn to. So, what they said is, as humans, you dance in this field with every thought, feeling, and action. So you are the field. Your body is the vessel. Your heart is the compass, and the soul is the current. The quantum field responds not to your words alone, but to the vibration beneath them,
Mm-hmm.
the truth you carry in your cells.
Mhm.
This is why alignment matters more than effort. And
Mm-hmm.
they go on a little bit more telling
Awesome.
what we've been talking about. But I think that for me, that was just the remembrance to work with it consciously. Working with it consciously is stepping into the full remembrance.
Mm-hmm.
For those that are just getting into this, that it might be new, it is those remembrances. And that is what listening to your compass is going to allow you to get back into that natural state.
Yes, so we'll get back to Tina's love. Um, you know, I have become incredibly aware of the choices I make
Mm-hmm.
and if they are from love or not. And if it's not from love, then it cannot be in alignment with the greater good, and it cannot be in alignment with me,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so why would I make a choice purposely that is in disalignment with me, right? And as a human, resistance has been the norm in the past of my life. Right? I mean, I was a gang kid, right? I mean, I resistance was the norm, right? It was they're the enemy and be protected. And I think that shedding that took a lot of trust,
Mm-hmm.
right? A lot of trust in the divine, a lot of trust in listening to my own messages. And guys, I'm going to blow your mind. We are the quantum field. We are the, those voices are us.
Mm-hmm.
The Pleiadians, they're you. They are us. And my battle with ego was my last, oh my God, this is me. Why would I battle with ego? Why would I get mad at ego? Why would I blame ego when it's me? The division is a fallacy, it's an illusion. There is no division, right? There is no division between me and Tina and Lynda and Melanie and Megan. I don't know you guys. It doesn't matter. There is no division
Right.
because we all come from the same quantum field. The division is just a play, a story that we created in order to have an experience that we chose to have. So we can change our story
Mm-hmm.
because we're the gods to do it. We are the creators. Linda, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just nodding and listening. I agree 100%. It's
Yeah.
again, I'm just being one, wholeness, and coming back to our words. They're powerful.
Yeah.
We get to align with that frequency that we choose. It's one of the things that the other day I heard somebody talking about taking everything that society has told us and doing the complete opposite to get
Yes.
back into that remembrance.
Yes.
All those lies and stories, or what we used to think were truths,
Every single one.
was to hold us back,
Yes.
to stop us from it. So doing the complete opposite.
Right. And was it an evil plot or an evil plan? I don't think so. I don't think the humans were ready for this.
Yeah. Well, and I was going to go there, and then I was
Okay.
like, nope, I got the message like, no, that's really not what it was. But what I'm getting is we just weren't in a place and time and ready for it. We were still waiting for more to come in alignment and to waken, and uh, allowing the light codes and the matrix shifts and alignments and everything that we needed to get us to this point. And
Yeah.
everybody is like, it's just all dropping into place. I'm feeling it, seeing it.
And
The,
I love that you said the word the matrix. So I will share. That's the movie was made um and it was presented upside down. I would say with 2013-ish, I did a meditation. I was in the desert in the vortexes in Arizona, no, California. And I started with observing myself on a stage. And then I got outside of the theater and observed myself. And then I got out of the city and observed myself. And I got out of the state and observed myself. And I got out of the country and observed myself. Right. And I kept going and going and going and going and going in order to get different perspectives of reality. And then all of a sudden, I found myself being energy in the middle of energy.
Mm.
And I thought, I'm home.
Mhm.
This is the universal mind. This is the matrix. And I was there for 4 hours.
Mm.
It felt like a minute, but when I came out of the meditation, it's like, wow, I've been gone for 4 hours, right? Because of the right. And that is when I started to really understand that that's the reality that is reflected through me, and that the movie, The Matrix, had it. Well, they took the truth and twisted it for
Mhm.
movie stakes, right? So we are that universal mind. We are all knowing, right? The the very first prayer on the patterns in the trestle board, which is about the Kabbalah, is all that ever was and ever will be is here now. That's the very first prayer out of 10, actually 11, right? All that ever will be. We are the all that ever will be. And that is quantum physics. That is the quantum field. We are, you know, Tina and I will be talking pretty soon we won't need this electronic shit, right? Tina and Linda probably already are talking to one another.
I love that you spoke of that, because I have a couple friends we've been doing. I really want to get something going to where we can start practicing this on a regular basis. Those remembrances, like, let's do this intentionally. And a couple close friends, I'm like, okay, are you receiving this? This is what I'm sending you right now. Let me know what you're getting.
Mhm.
And just really having those confirmations, because it's happened all along. You think of somebody and they call you, or
Yes.
you, whatever it might be. That's just the one example that came to mind, but we're doing this
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Let's just become aware of it and act on it in the immediate, instead of thinking about it later on during the day when that time's passed. Let's be very intentional in the moment with it, and it grows. It will just awaken and become more powerful within us.
Mhm.
I know that the more I believe and take action on the messages that I receive, the more I receive messages I can believe,
Mhm.
Like
right?
100%.
Mhm.
Right. Um, I love telling the story about, me writing this recent book. I was told by a channeler, you're going to write another book. And my response was, sorry, guys, fuck no. Right. That's exactly what I said. I'm not writing another book. And he said, yeah, yeah, you
Yeah, you're
are. Right. And sure enough, I started getting the downloads and I got, you're going to write a book about dragons. And I get snarly. I talk to the universe like I talk to anyone else. And I said, really? And what would that look like? Right. And by the time I got to my destination, I had the whole outline. Right. And so, the book is done. I'm working on the meditations now that align with it. So I believed the download. I had the conversation, and because I believed the download, the book got downloaded. Right. So if I
Did it get
believe
did it get downloaded, or was it already in you and you just woke it
it was already written and I've just brought it forward. Yeah. Yeah.
within?
Yeah.
Within, right? Just to clarify that word downloaded for those who are new with us that are just waking up to this. It is, yeah, I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't even think it's downloads. I think that's just a word that we use.
Mhm.
It's a knowing.
Yeah.
It absolutely is a knowing, but there is reprogramming going on within our minds and in our bodies right now.
Yeah. And I
Right
think
now.
there are light codes. I think that, we're all light. It's all light. And so it's being activated within us so we can remember, and I just want to share with people, I know a lot of people, they get really overwhelmed and sad about some of the things that are happening, crimes against humanity, really, I think. But I liked what both Gail and Lynda said about you have to stay in alignment. This is really important at this time. We can't pull into an energy we don't want. So if you don't want it, then don't be it. Don't be crying and suffering and sad because it's only harming your own energy. Live your own potentiality to the best of your ability. Because when you do that, you reflect that and you reflect it to others that then can reflect that vibration, and then that vibration ripples throughout the whole world and beyond. This is even beyond the earth. This is all the planets are aligning for a reason, because there are mass shifts coming. They're happening, and it's going to be a tidal wave of light particles coming to awaken us. We're ready. We're ready. It's time. We've waited a long time for this as a collective. It's a collective agreement. It's happening because it's destined to happen. And so it's
Absolutely.
exciting. It's exciting.
It's so exciting. And we've come to the end of our time. I am going to stop the Facebook Live. Thank you, everybody on Facebook. This has
Next
been
week.
a joy. I want to say that we have Sandy, hi Sandy, and Nina with us live. Um, so they've been watching us as well.
Yeah,
So talk
welcome.
to you later, guys. Thank you. And if you have
Next week.
any questions or comments, let us know.
Join us next week.
Yes.